Right now, I told my face. Sometimes people it means to them. And I love boxing. It's one of my favorite sports. She said, "We ain't have a fight in recent times. You really not ready for this work." She said, "It's natural."
Despite her vows of apathy, Remy appears to be regularly monitoring Papoose' involvement with Claressa Shields. If there's one thing she knows for sure, it's her thoughts about him going on to a new relationship. It was thought that Remy would move on after being sidelined by his new lover, but it seems she is still dedicated to him. Rumors are growing that Papoose is preparing to pop the question to Claressa shortly, and Remy is having a hard time dealing with this news, indicating that she is still devastated by it. Claressa and Remy's hostility is evident. They argued on social media a few months ago, flinging remarks about Papoose. The constant hostility between Remy and fans are still astonished by Papoose, especially considering they were originally thought to be one of the strongest couples in hip-hop, and it seemed like their love could weather any challenges. However, we see claims of infidelity from both parties and domestic abuse from Remy, which makes us question how things evolved to this point. Remy was imprisoned in 2008 for shooting someone, and at the time, everyone felt that would be the end of their relationship. Interestingly, they even got married while she was still in prison. During her more than 6 years in prison, Papoose stayed dedicated to him, with no charges of adultery, scandals, or dubious conduct at all, but admirers couldn't help but admire how loyal he seemed, portraying their bond as unshakable. In Hollywood, where loyalty is rarer than a mythical creature, every other week a rapper becomes mired in scandal. However, Papoose remains strong like a boulder, exhibiting his fidelity to Remy in a way that made him legendary in the entertainment industry. However, Remy is accusing him of being unfaithful while she was incarcerated, and when she eventually exited the prison gates, Papoose was there, arms wide open, wanting to assist her reintegrate into society. They not only survived those years apart, but they also developed stronger as they continued on constructing their lives together. By 2018, they were enjoying the birth of their daughter, Remy. Remy already had a baby from a previous relationship, and Papoose had 3 children of his own, demonstrated that their love was firm, or so we believed. But in 2023, allegations started to circulate that their marriage was destined to disintegrate because of Remy's rumored infidelity with rapper Eazy the Block Captain. Suddenly, the hitherto unshakable bond didn't stop with her feelings. It swiftly grew into a violent physical struggle. According to reports, Papoose met Eazy during a networking event, and things swiftly got out of hand. Papoose didn't intend to back down, and he reportedly struck Eazy out cold without hesitation. However, the ultimate turbulence erupted when Remy and Eazy joined forces against Chiatti in a rap fight. If you've ever witnessed a rap fight, you know it's brutal and intense with no boundaries, and Gotti wasn't holding back either. In the heat of the moment, he took the microphone and made a bombshell claim that surprised everyone in attendance. Remy had cheated on Papoose with Eazy.
I don't give a fuck if you want me to just say you in the business. I don't want to spell out you was sounding a joke. That could really ruin your image. We talking a rocket machine, happened real. The rest us gotta pump this house simple.
People have been discreetly debating the subject for a time when Gotti made his startling announcement, but instead of just making his claim and leaving, he publicly humiliated Remy for being unfaithful while he had been devoted to her for all those years. He added that, in his eyes, she had entirely betrayed the man who had been by her through every struggle. Was not just an accusation, it was a verbal assault that threw the audience into a frenzy.
He's showing admiration to tell a girl how you think this woman is famous. And nigga held you down to 6 years, yo.
The most shocking aspect of this whole issue is that Eazy effectively confirmed the accusations rather than making an effort to dispute them.
You want to know the most? You want to know the details? Did you keep this on the details? If you heard that you did something with you over a female, and he ain't did, it's probably because I still got the female.
After years of devotion, Papoose is definitely going through a difficult period. Rumor has it that he broke up with Remy because she cheated on him rather than being embroiled in a scandal. Papoose eventually moved on and began seeing Claressa Shields, a well-known boxer, as his new partner. Remy first tried to look calm and unaffected, but the true drama is that there are whispers that Papoose's new relationship is getting serious and that Remy isn't taking it well. People are suggesting that she is having problems, making bold declarations about fighting for what is properly hers, and even implying that she's ready to throw punches if necessary.
I strongly believe that sometimes people need to fight it out. Because talking doesn't do it. Sometimes you can talk. Like in this certain situation, you gotta talk to a person. You express how you feel. They express how they feel, and that comes to a mutual agreement that y'all either don't agree, or you might start seeing it from another person's point of view. When they get to the level, or when you deal with people that like sometimes how I used to be, I don't even want to hear that shit. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't care what you thought. What's up? What we doing? And that's where I come from. She said, "You ain't have a fight in recent times. You're really not ready for work." She said, "It's that she don't have to." Right now, I talking about fighting. Sometimes people use me in your fucking hands for going on boxing. And I love boxing. It's one of my favorite sports.
You take accountability. You are the one who was married. If you can at least sleep on the phone with me or be with me in person, it shouldn't be a huge problem to let me know you made it home safely, she wrote in a message that Claressa gave him for Papoose and Claressa on Instagram a few days ago. Alternatively, you fell asleep in the Sprinter, so it seemed as if Claressa was demanding that Papoose be honest with her. Remy then wrote, Papoose's stupid self fell asleep on the phone with Claressa. This B, who was supposed to be a world champion boxer, was afraid and hung up as soon as she heard my voice. Now that I'm telling everything, you're not alone. But she didn't stop there because she also wrote to this lady, Claressa Shields, and that sorry-ass marketing squad who put out bogus reports on me every day to make me seem awful and him appear like God's gift for too long. I urged Papoose to put out anything to interrupt the narrative, and he kept telling me that the best thing to do is to simply be quiet. I'm exhausted. She didn't stop there either. According to this New Yorker, Claressa was in a panic when she found out Remy had posted her online. She sent Papoose a torrent of messages stating things like, I know you despise the internet games, but you need to do something today about this girl. My PR team is going to freak out when they see this. I can't be up here exposing her, etc. Before December 25th, the movie is coming out. Have you got your other phone yet? Don't worry, I'm not worried about whatever she says or puts in her story, she says. With Remy publicly discussing her personal troubles in this manner, Claressa has a movie that releases on the 25th that promotes her standing as a world-class fighter. The last thing she wants is to be discovered as being engaged with a man who is still legally married. Remy wrote, I'll propose to you with a dummy, hey, Miss Shields. He heeded your advice, but not before I took a snapshot of y'all's chat. And as he was working with one of his girlfriends to try to ruin me, the same woman who might have used my platform to expose you, he was getting me detained. She had never cheated on him in 17 years. I got all your photographs and messages from women he was holding me down, sidebar, while I was away, and he was about to say that he authored my rhymes. Imagine that if anyone was going to reveal anything personal about me, it was him because he threatened that as well. However, Remy later posted another text that showed Claressa was pleading with Papoose for the minimal needs, adding, I'm not happy, but all right, I'm going to stop. I would rather not stress you more than you already are, so I'm simply going to stop. How I feel is not merited. I'm just talking and you're not hearing me, so I can't thank you for your honesty, though that's always the best option. You're going to do anything you believe you want to, I won't. I'm tripping, I'm asking for gifts, I'm expressing life with flowers, I want time set out for me, and I'm just lying here feeling silly. Thank you, Remy Clown Claressa, for this statement. Hello, Miss Shields. I'm a single lady, just like I was a single woman. I'm good at it. Which is why your mother's uppers won't suddenly go oh, and he won't buy you anything because he believes he's the winner and is a taker rather than a giver. I'm also the one with the bag, so please stop messing with me because I'm not the adversary you want, and I'm actually glad, which is why your partner is furious. I know you. He eventually responded to her by claiming that Remy is a narcissist who decided to cheat repeatedly now that I've moved on and she's playing the back Bart. I've requested a divorce several times, and she would rather manipulate Chase on social media than handle it like civilized people. I would prefer not to do social media stupidity for the sake of my 6-year-old baby, and she has to go to school, as you can see. He also said you feel stupid, but you look stupid too, evidently referring to Papoose as a broken person. He chose not to confront the claims that Remy was cheating with his friend because he is the neighborhood leader, and he made the following statement. While I was at home with my daughter last Christmas, this is where Remy was now that I finally moved on. She's making up lies. Narcissist, I told her, we could divorce like grown-ups. She refuses to do that since I wouldn't lie, and I'm lying, which can be readily confirmed. You are the one who fooled with the cops, and lying about history that transpired in front of the world is pathetic. Say, I didn't knock this chump out, but I still got the message that she was pleading with me to lie about the knockout. I didn't even throw a punch back, but it doesn't matter since the last time I saw him, he was in the fetal position and everyone witnessed it. I knocked him unconscious, and Remy woke him up and carried him home with him for 4 days. As you can see, she couldn't wait to lie about it again. I didn't knock him out because he slept with my wife, but I did so because he shook my hand and then slept with my wife. In the background, regardless of what I do with my baby on any big day, you have a gambling addiction and have tried to pressure me for money to have a clean divorce. She went on to explain, I've been asking you to go and let's have a quiet divorce for years now, but you insisted that the only way you leave is with the public blow up. You know I'm not the social media type, and you use that same way you exploit the morals I have due to my background and the so-called gangster girl image against me, videoing me saying things like, oh, not really. Am I going to call the cops for help? You can bully. You're resentful. Stop making yourself appear foolish. She said, come get your behind whooped and crash out. February 2nd. Remy didn't challenge Claressa to a fight, which isn't surprising because Remy is a very spirited person, and I have to admire her. But Claressa is a trained boxer and practices mixed martial arts, so she would have easily defeated Remy. In addition, even though she claims to be over Pap, she seems to be very focused on their fight. She is obviously unhappy about the connection and the engagement rumors that are going around. As you typically lose them the way you acquire them, it shouldn't come as a giant surprise that her current relationship with the block captain isn't going well either, and there are rumors that he is already cheating on her with other women. Papoose hasn't held back in showing off his new girlfriend, and it appears that he is already searching for a ring. Claressa has been open about her lover and stated that she is ready to marry him. Since Remy realized she messed up with Papoose, she is probably feeling ill. I'd like to know what you think about this. Please share your ideas and comments below, and then look at the following.
Yeah, that's why I said I love him. I love having his support, you know what I'm saying? His support is like very, very different from what I've had in the past. And how he speaks to me and stuff is very different. There you go. We deserve each other. But I don't know, it's not one of those things I was like, I want to keep him all to myself.